Okay, so good morning, ladies and gentlemen, those who are here at ITS campus, and I also welcome those who are following us online through our platform. Probably my face is familiar now to you since most of you have already been here with us at certificate level. I'm Glenn Farrugia, the Director of Studies, and I will be doing a very short introduction before I leave the floor to my colleagues here. This year it has been an unprecedented year, as you know, with the COVID-19 situation. You were at certificate level, and while you were doing your normal learning routine, this virus struck. And it was indeed very difficult for us all to try and keep up with the situation, but with the experience of the Institute of Tourism Studies, together with the experience and willingness of all its lecturers and staff, including administrative staff and management, we managed to overcome this very unprecedented situation. We managed to shift to online teaching in less than a week. So following the directive of the government to close schools, the following Monday, you were already following lectures online. So that is, we are extremely glad that this happened. That is the shift to online, because it opened also doors for us in terms of different modes of teaching and learning. And you were all part of this. We also administered survey and published surveys which showed that most of you, more than 80%, were extremely satisfied with the online service provided and assistance provided by the ITS. Today is a new day, and we shall be discussing your possible progression. So while you already have received the exams, and I trust that all of you did well. If you didn't, of course, you have recovery sessions to make up for the results. Your progression to diploma. May I remind you that the diploma level is one step, if you wish, before the degree. So it is important that you are geared up correctly, properly, in a good state of mind to prepare for next year. Hopefully next year will be a normal year with some differences that will help you achieve a joyful learning experience. So today what we will be doing, and you might have already heard this last year, but we will refresh your minds, because as said, it is important that you are geared up properly for next academic year, which will start in October. So this information session is intended for you to identify what modules, what courses you will be having if you progress to diploma level. Then we'll have the registrar's department, which will again refresh your minds about rules and regulations, examinations, and this will also serve for those of you who are following us online. So just in case you were not with us yesterday, we have different programs with an entry point. So basically most of those who are following us today have already been with us last year, but there might be also persons who are prospective students entering possible diploma programs for the first time next academic year. We will then proceed with internship information. Ms. Miriam Galia, who will once again provide information about the International Industrial Trade Practice, a very important one-year trade practice for you to enter to get used to the professional life and professional work. We will be also having our well-being officers and guidance. We have an array of services for you to make use of so that you can definitely go in the right direction. ITS, it's the perfect learning experience for students. We do not only prepare our students from a theoretical point of view, but we prepare them for the practical and industrial life. So literally, we produce plug and play professionals. So do enjoy your learning experience here at ITS. We have a huge amount of stuff that can daily assist you with your needs, as well as lecturers who have experience in the field within your specific lectures. I don't want to eat away from the time from my colleagues, so of course I will now invite my colleague Stefan Tabone, Academic Manager within the Department of Food and Beverage Service as well as Food Preparation and Production, to start going through the diploma programs. Thank you and wish you an enjoyable information session. Good day.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Stefan Tabona, and most of it is already said and discussed by my Director of Studies. I'll be discussing the Diploma Food Preparation and Diploma in Service and events also. By starting off, these programs consist of 120 ECTSs, and the duration are on 2 semesters. And you have 1 year IITP, which is International Industry Trade Practice, where most of you who succeed to make this year will have to go abroad for a year experience in the industry to improve their knowledge and skills and be well prepared if they wish to proceed in their career. And the Diploma in Food and Beverage Service entails to be responsible for an operational section of the food and beverage department within a hotel and catering organization, or to begin your path for restaurant manager or head waiter. You can even work as a head barman and in service, and especially in food, one can start his path for a head chef or chef de partie, all those sections which are through the kitchen department. The program is on 2 semesters, as I already said. First semester includes some of these modules, which are, some of them are a continuation, as already said also, whoever is coming from the certificate level, and some of them are new to this program, like the mixology module and the principles of HACCP, and the diploma level in hospitality and tourism English, principles of supervision, which are very important. In the second semester, one will do we continue on learning on opera sales, which is the system for the food and beverage service, where one can take the orders and table numbers and etc. And after that, completion of the second semester, one has to choose to go abroad and work in a hotel or a renowned restaurant with the help of the internship office for a year. Job roles in the beverage section. One can find after the completion of this program, can start as a junior maitre d'hotel or chef de rang, even banqueting supervisor, bar supervisor, or a bartender. Let's jump into diploma in food and preparation and production operations. This area is for all those who would like to continue their progression in studying the food and preparation, to be chefs, let's say, which is very interesting, and one can gain a lot of experience personally and for his own career when doing also the IITP. Some of the modules which are introduced in the first semester is the pastry and baking practical, kitchen and larder practical, where one has to work into our two restaurants, which we have at ITS, as production, lunch and dinner, and you have also individual classes. One will learn also customer relation management and opera sales as food and beverage, which is also used in the food production section. And we'll touch also a module which is also important as wine studies. Wines are very important too, that you don't only learn how to cook, but also how to pair wine or what kind of wine goes with which food. Even for cooking. And after the second semester is the same as the food and beverage. One have to choose to go and start an experience in the outside world, working in the industry abroad, to gain more skills and knowledge, and will be more prepared to professionalize his career. After the completion of the diploma in food preparation and production, one can start a job as a chef de partie or a pastry chef de partie, and even a chef tournant. It depends how much you are willing to progress in your life and your career, especially as a chef in an establishment. After this, we have diploma in events operation. Events, as we said in the early sessions, and there's one who would like to work in banquets or private functions or weddings, or even organizations who cater events in food preparation and beverage. And it consists also of 3 semesters. First semester has also these modules, which some of them are a continuation and some of them are new, who chooses to continue his path on events, like outside catering, and conference and banqueting operations. In the second semester, we have also a module named Creativity, Innovation, and Entrepreneurship. In an introduction to human resource management and event-based projects and wedding organizations, which are very important for this program who wish to further his career in events, to start learning and practicing in such wedding organization and event-based projects. After that, the third semester is the same. One have to choose to go abroad and further his experience for 1 year in a renowned hotel or restaurant with the help of the internship office. As job roles, one can find or start when completed this program as an events coordinator or supervisor. One can be F&B coordinator also, or event sales executive. My section is ready. I will pass over to Mr. Andrew Da Battista to further explain this session about diploma in rooms division and furthermore. And I thank you for listening. And if you have any questions, you may ask whatever you like in the end of the session.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us here today, and those of you who are watching from the digital platform. I am Andrew Battista, Academic Manager here at the Institute. Prior to move on to the Diploma in Rooms Division, I wish to add a couple of comments. Hopefully by now you are a year wiser. You are moving on to the next level of education. And likewise, on completion of these programs, you are expected, of course, to have better prospects also in your career. So I wish you all good luck on that. Of course, now by now you have a feel of the industry. You've been already with us for a year. You spent the summer period in industry. You're starting to build more confidence, improve your skills, better your knowledge, learn new experiences from colleagues and peers. Of course, what we will be doing from our end, we will be giving you further theory and also practical aspects to that. Now, to get you ready for your new job roles, we are now looking at coordinating roles, supervisory roles. Doesn't mean that you will necessarily end up doing those roles straight away, but we will get your mind going to think on these lines so that by building experience and mingling with your peers, you will be getting ready to take up this role probably quicker than someone who would not have pursued such studies would. Nevertheless, Diploma in Rooms Division Operations. As you are aware, we are here dealing with front office functions and back office, as well as housekeeping. By now, we also know that for many hotels, this is the core business. The hotel business is essentially the selling of rooms and beds. That is the main revenue generator for the hotel business. Okay, so you can also understand, I'm saying so because I trust that you can now understand the importance of this department. It happens to me to hear at times that the downside of this program is the housekeeping component. Nevertheless, for those of you who put the effort into it, I am pretty sure that you will have interesting prospects as you progress in this segment. And you should not expect yourself to keep cleaning rooms for the duration of the period. I was a student here myself. I did a management program back then, and I did clean the rooms. So I'm saying so just to, give you a bit more encouragement in pursuing such programs, because I believe that there are opportunities for you if you choose to do so. Something from an academic perspective, I think it's good for you to start getting ready also, setting your minds, your thoughts with respect to academic aspects. Okay, so difficulty level now at diploma is going to be higher, so it's more challenging than it used to be in certificate. But as Professor Farrugia, our Director of Studies, earlier mentioned, further to this program, you can start now looking into the bachelor degree, which is also an interesting collaboration we have there. In the case of Rooms Division, you will have to progress in the International Hospitality Management program. And for this reason, what you are expected to do now from an academic perspective is to be more critical in your thoughts, okay? The mode of writing, the way you write, and the way you research subjects, I'm sure your lecturers have already highlighted this in the past during your certificate years, the importance of not taking other people's work, plagiarism. You might have heard the word, you might have Googled it yourself to get better knowledge about it, which means you do not take the work of someone and make it yours. So by now, of course, even during this period, you have 2 semesters and they are abroad. During the 2 semesters, our lecturers will be also giving you further skills and knowledge on how to deal with such situations. So hence why we can now see the academic writing skills. This is getting you ready for the next step. Of course, for the present, but also for the coming prospects you have laying ahead of you. Second semester in Rooms Division, you can start seeing the terms coming in, such as budgeting for rooms, hotel marketing and communications, front office management. We're discussing management now. We're starting to look into how you should deal with probably if you end up in a supervisory role or a coordinator role, you would have someone supporting you in bringing the product to its expectations on a daily basis. And this you need to be able to communicate with your peers, communicate with your superiors as well, in order for you to be effective and efficient in that what you are doing on a daily basis. Hence why you are seeing the aspects related to management. So you start understanding the dynamics of society, what makes people motivated, what does not, how should you interact with people. Then there is also the dissertation and the research methods. So as I said earlier, the academic aspects, the research are started to come in. You will be expected to also write a dissertation, an essay. Further details will be given to you eventually by your lecturers, but these are things which are all getting you ready for the next steps. There comes the time also for the IITP, as earlier referred to as well by my colleague, Mr. Tabone, and will be later done by also the internship department, 12 months away from home. Exciting times, new experiences, new cultures, new concepts, potentially. My recommendation in this aspect is that you make the best out of it. You make a good analysis of where you wish to go, what you want to do, go there and break a leg, okay? Many of our students have been highly successful in their internship. They acquired the skills from this institute. They have been on international placement, and they have succeeded. One must say, we receive very good comments from our partners abroad. And this time is going to be your time, your opportunity to do so. These are indicative roles, job roles you should be looking at on completion of this program. Nevertheless, as I said earlier, you might not necessarily land these jobs straight away, but you will be working towards them. Okay, it will depend. This will all depend on the effort you will put in your studies. So it's going to be all relative to what you will be doing. Travel and tourism operations. Then again, we're looking at tourism at large. By now, what applied for the rooms division cohort and the earlier cohorts will apply here for the travel and tourism. The opportunities are there for you. As we mentioned, now you started having a better understanding of how the travel and tourism works. You're probably already working with a travel agency or a tour operator, the airport, or a tour operating company. So you're starting to get that. We will be furthering your education, your understanding, but also now looking at modules such as basic economics. Since tourism and travel and tourism is a wide sector, which it's a horizontal, which encompasses many other sectors really, but it's important to start understanding the economics behind it, especially in such a program. What are the rules of supply and demand? What causes people to shift, to buy, the pricing, the quantities? So these are all interesting aspects you will start getting information about. You start better understanding and shaping up your thoughts with respect to the sector. Likewise, as in the rooms division, you have supervision coming in. We have sustainability, which is a very important concept that we understand. You are the future leaders of the sector, and so it's important that you, at this stage, learn about what is sustainability, how does it work. Okay, there are various interpretations of it if you wish. However, you will start building up these ideas yourselves. You will have also aspects such as operating platforms you will use in the sector. Most probably some of you would have already started to use these the software whilst on the placement, the local placement. So yes, we will be giving you further skills because potentially whilst on the job you didn't have someone with you who could give you all the information you needed all the time. But this is why we are here, to give you this information. We're looking at airfares, so we will be looking at the purchasing of tickets, the preparation of it, the details you need. Okay, you have customer relations management, which is in travel and tourism. Customer relations is highly important. You're constantly dealing with customers. You're moving people from a country to another, be it outward or inward. You need to make a lot of arrangements. You need to factor in many aspects of the travel, of the destination. So we will be giving you more information on that, getting you ready for it. We will also be giving you some innovative and entrepreneurial skills. One day you might find yourselves running perhaps your own business, but entrepreneurship is not only running one's business, it can be entrepreneurship when someone takes the initiative from within an organization, okay, to make that organization better. And this applies in all sectors you could be working in. And of course, we're looking at human resource management as well, there as well. The international trade practice, as with the other programs, is also present here. The 12 months abroad will be also forming part of this program. And we encourage you to take the recommendations of our internship department so that you can find placements that are relevant to your career ambitions. Okay? Look out there, see what the opportunities are. Okay? Assist us, you can do some research on your own. Find the placements you wish to do. Okay, and communicate so with our department so that they can assist you with achieving your goals. Okay, the institute is here to help you achieve these goals, and we do this from point A till point Z. So we are here just to keep constantly supporting you to achieve these goals. As mentioned earlier, so these are some indicative job roles which you can see yourself working in when on completion of this program, or you will be led to working in these job roles. Okay, so we're a step too far. So I wish to wish you luck. Therefore, on your endeavors and with the travel and tourism program. We will now move on to Diploma in Climate Friendly Travel. This is being launched for the very first time this year. It is also an entry point, so who has the requisites which we will be going through can start, can enroll for this program, but also for those of you who have completed the certificate program, you can also join this program. What is it about? Diploma in Climate Friendly Travel. This is probably, as referred to earlier with the sustainability module, this is the future of our industry. These are going to be the ambassadors who are going to make the change needed happen. As we speak, in this day and age, we are aware, the world is aware of climate change. However, although we hear a lot about it, there are a minority who are doing something about it. This program is meant to create these leaders, to create these individuals as ambassadors, okay, to find yourselves in the job roles within the tourism sector. Okay, we're looking here also at multinational companies within specific departments to make this change happen. Okay, you will be learning much about what the climate change is, its negative impact, and what you can do about it. It's a very interesting program which will be run totally online. Okay, so all the lectures will be done online, as Professor Farrugia mentioned earlier. Thanks to COVID, we must be positive here. Thanks to COVID, we have managed to launch a platform which is it's used across all modules, but now we're using it for better prospects with programs like this. So it's fully done online. You can follow this program through Microsoft Teams, the platform which you have been using also in the recent past during this COVID period. The entry requirements for the program are, as I mentioned, the certificate program of ITS. So if you have completed successfully any of our certificate programs, you can choose to join this diploma in climate friendly travel. Otherwise, if you're joining from outside the ITS, you will be needing 5 O levels at an MQF level 3, or else you can apply as a mature student, that is at 23 years of age. Okay. What will you be looking at? As referred to earlier, the world, let's put it this way, is aware of the climate change, and a lot of conventions have happened, agreements, and what have you. You will be learning about these. What do they mean? What are the targets set on the countries themselves in these agreements to achieve these goals? Low carbon emissions, amongst others. But also there is the Paris Accord. It's where the agreement, this particular agreement, has happened, where many UN WTO countries in the world have, of course, agreed that the necessary investments will happen in the sector to better the tourism sector. We will be looking at supply and demand. So sustainability, how is supply and demand going to happen? Is there a market for it? What are the economics behind it? These are all aspects you will be looking at, as well as the existential climate crisis. By existential, it is a crisis. We are living in a crisis. it is real, it's happening, it's here, it's with us now. We have to recognize it. Okay, so, and this is what this program is doing, the existential climate crisis. Let's recognize that we have a problem. Okay. Further than that, you will be also given some tools about how education can be used as a transformation vehicle. This in view that you are seen as being the next ambassadors in this respect. So you will be also taught on how to deal with this, how to make the change happen. So there are some interesting management aspects there of making the change happen, because you will be the actual doers in this respect. And also Sanex Malta. Sanex is our partner in this program. Sanex is a global NGO, also represented here in Malta, supported by the Ministry for Tourism and Consumer Protection, and its ambitions that we will, Malta as an island will also become a leader in this respect. And all the network that the Sanex has globally, so we're looking into the Americas, Asia, Europe, wherever you wish. These networks, it's quite a strong network. You can find yourself having placements here. So the IITP, which is the 12-month placement you have, you will be given opportunities here to work with multinational companies, as we do with already our present programs, our traditional programs, so to say. But this time, even in this aspect, we will be giving you opportunities to work with some companies that are really making the climate change happen. Something to highlight as well, that the vast majority of these lecturers will be foreign lecturers. Okay, they will be lecturers coming from abroad through the Sanex network, all of which lecturers are experts in their field. So I'm sure that a wealth of knowledge will be transmitted to you via this program. The job roles you could expect you'll be doing after such a program are the trainer, as mentioned earlier, because you will be the ambassador to move things ahead in this respect. Okay, you're looking at a sustainability officer as well as a corporate social responsibility officer. CSR, corporate social responsibility, is on the agenda of the leading firms in the world. It's highly important for large companies to give something back to society in whichever way it can be. And you have departments existing of a number of people that can vary from 1 up to 10, even more. It depends how important the department is for the firm. And you can find yourselves working in these departments, which would be coming up with these new innovative ways of how to show and demonstrate the responsibility, that's why it's corporate social responsibility, of the firm takes with respect to its society. So it goes without saying, by now you should be well aware, English is the language of instruction. Okay, so all the lectures will be happening in English. This academic year will start coming October and end in June. In June, your second semester will end, and soon after the second semester ends, you will go on to the international placement. So that is not listed here, but that is how it is. And by now, you also know that lectures start as early as 8:30, but you can have lectures starting later than that. I now leave it in the hands of my colleague, Ms. Catherine Shiberras from the Registrar Department, to give you some more information related to the functions of this department. Thank you.
Good morning. On behalf of Mr. Kevin Bonello, the registrar, I extend his apologies. He couldn't be here today. I welcome all current students, and for those new ones, the prospective students who might be watching us this morning. I will be refreshing the roles and the responsibilities of Registrar's Office for our current students, but also for the prospective students. It's good for you to know all these responsibilities that we carry, because they apply for each and every course that is held at ITS. So basically, we start with the uniform. Uniform is very important, and all full-time students are to be in full uniform whilst on campus. The uniform, we do not have a supplier for the uniform, as the current students already know, so nothing has changed for you with the uniform. But for the new students, you can find a sample of the uniform. They've just told me that they uploaded a photo of the uniforms on Facebook as well, but you can see them in Block A, near the reception of our office, of Registrar's Office. There's the mannequins, and you can see the uniforms over there on display. When it comes to stipend, all Maltese nationals are entitled for stipend, as well as foreign students, if they have been here paying the national insurance contribution for 5 years, for the last 5 years. In order for one to receive the stipend, you will be receiving a form from Accounts Department that you need to duly fill in and return to the Accounts Department. And of course, for all EU citizens and Maltese courses are free. I will refresh as well all the services that we have here at ITS, where we have, that's us, obviously, scheduling office, the career guidance and well-being services. There's the learning coaches, internship department, Erasmus department, library, the international department, and of course, curriculum and research department. Okay, so Registrar's Office, as for those who might have already know, but we deal with results, attendance, examinations, applications, being external and internal, medical certificates, personal records of students, obviously, part-time and short courses, certificates, and graduation. Also, under the responsibility of the registrar, there is scheduling office that deals with the lectures timetables, students timetables, examination timetables, room allocation, invigilation, statistics where student data is concerned, maintenance and updating the ITS database system. That is the system that ITS use for all the records. Basically, for all of you that were here with us last year, all remains the same, but I wish to refresh and emphasize again about the attendance. The attendance is compulsory at ITS, and you need to achieve an 80% attendance. Failing to do so, you will be marked as fail, and you have to repeat the module. There is there was a new rule that we introduced this year. You will be able to progress with up to 12 credits that you can carry with you to the next year. But we also introduced the key modules. So the key modules are very important, and if you fail from one of the key modules, you will not be able to progress. With regards to examinations and results, they're the same as normal. We have 2 semesters, so we have 2 sessions of exams, and you will be receiving results following your exams. With regards to medical certificates, this is very important even for our current students. When one is sick, one needs to phone at the office, needs to call at the office, informing us by 8:30 in the morning on the same day. It is very important to present a blue medical certificate within 48 hours upon your return to school. This is very important. I emphasize on this because, I mean, up to last year, students, I had students where they confirmed they didn't know about it. So it is very important to call on the first day of absence and present the medical certificate. If you do not present the medical certificate, that means your absence will be recorded as absence and they will fall under the 80% attendance. Rules and regulations. These rules and regulations, they had been there for ages. They will be updated, and they have been updated last year. But it is still important for each and every student to go through them, read them, because for us it is not enough for you to know that they are there, but you need to read these rules and regulations. One shall find the rules and regulations on our website, on the ITS website. And it is imperative that all students are familiar with these regulations. And if you have any queries about these regulations or there is something that you do not understand, it is important to contact us, come and see us, and we will explain them rather than being too late at the end of year. It is important that you check out the regulations about your attendance, progression, the maintenance grant, and the behavior. As you all know, the applications are open and applications are online for the prospective students. For our current students, we have sent the internal application in a questionnaire form. We've sent them twice to use to all current students, and you need to hand in this questionnaire. I think the deadline is closed, but please, for those ones who did not fill in this internal application, kindly, I ask you, do contact us. But we need these applications in order to go through them and prepare you for next year. At the moment, whilst I'm talking about these applications, the internal applications for our current students, we are working on your progression. We are seeing your results and we are working on the progression of each and every student for those ones who are going to progress and those who unfortunately will have to repeat. But you will be notified in the coming, let's say, weeks. You will be notified by means of a letter that you will receive from us, from Registrar's Office. One other thing that we do at ITS is that you are to present all documents with your for the new student. Sorry, when you apply, you need to present all documents. You need to have all documents, and in case there is a problem, you can come to ITS. We have a resource room where we can help you with your application. With regards to the medical questionnaire, this will be only asked for the prospective students. our current students in the questionnaire, it was indicated that in case there was a change, you needed to inform us. One other thing that we also offer is in case of learning difficulties and or diverse abilities and or physical restraints or other conditions, applicants need to upload a psychological profile report or a report from their medical consultant, depending on the case. So therefore, this is needed so that if there is a request for such help, we will be able to go through with our learning coaches. We will be able to go through and assess the application through, there's a board, there's an admission board, and once we see everything, the final decision will be of the admissions board. So at the moment, the only thing I say, I emphasize on the internal application, please. We really need to have all internal applications from all our current students. For other questions, we will be here later. In the meantime, I invite Ms. Miriam Galia from Internships Department.
Thank you, Ms. Catherine. So I welcome you all. It's really nice to see you again. And this is a very important year for you. And we are going to work more closely than the previous years because the diploma year is the year when we will prepare you and coordinate your international internship. Now, as you all have heard, the internship is a 12-month experience abroad. We have various partners that we have accumulated throughout the years. So we have a very good working relationship with these partners. And you will be able to choose your internship there. Now, I'm going just to give you in a nutshell what we're going to be doing this year. First of all, during the summer months, I urge you to update your CV. The majority of you have already a good CV. Now you need to update it with any new experiences and upload it on HOSCO. You should by now all be familiar with our online platform that ITS is using. HOSCO is the online platform wherein a student, once he enters into ITS, once he becomes a student, you need to create a profile and upload your CV, qualifications, and anything to do that will help you in your career. So once we have your CV, in October, November, we will hold the first meeting for you, and we will we'll prepare you for the next steps. Mainly, you will receive an email from our office with all possible internship offers, and you will be able to choose. And we give you a deadline and you choose. On the other hand, you may also try to find your own placement, your own international placement. You can find vacancies on HOSCO, and you may search even on your own. However, you need to keep in touch with us. You need to inform us what is happening. So once you have chosen your placement, we will move on to the interview stage. We are here to support you. We work closely with the Support Services Department. Miss Audrey and Miss Claire are going to speak to you after my talk. And you will be prepared to sit for an interview. Interviews are done in 3 different methods, either by Skype, by telephone, or our hosting partners from abroad come over to ITS. They spend 2 days with us, and you will be able to sit for a face-to-face interview with them. Then we'll move on to the results stage and the contract phase. Okay, everything will be channeled through our office. We will assist you throughout. You will need to sign the contract, any other paperwork, and we continue to prepare you. You will have talks through our support services department. And we also, as from this year, are working with GEMA. GEMA is an entity in Malta that helps you plan the financial aspect of your internship. You will be living practically 1 year abroad, okay? So you will need to develop yourselves holistically. It's not just from the theory side now or the practice side, but you need also to be capable of taking care of yourselves and all your needs. However, ITS is behind you to support you in this matter too. Then, after your final examinations, we come to the point wherein you will depart for your internship. There will be also meetings held for your parents and guardians, okay? So that everyone is informed of the whole process and procedure. During your 1 year internship, we will be there. Our team, you have worked already closely with us, will be there to support you throughout the whole year. We will be in touch via email, via messenger, and there might be opportunities for us to visit you abroad. So it really helps you, to feel better, to discuss your internship actually face to face, and will be able to meet your mentors abroad. During your 1 year internship, you will need to do 3 appraisals. The appraisals will be sent to your mentor, and he will fill them up for you. And you will also need to do a portfolio and journal. At this stage, please do not worry about these things. You will certainly have other meetings with us, and we will also follow by email. I thank you for your attention, and I call to the stage my colleagues from the Support Services Department. These are some of the brands that we work with. So you just have a glimpse there. There are many others. I would like to add that we are working with the best. I've been working within this department for the past 14 years, and we have managed to always filter our partners. So you are getting there the best opportunities. We have Michelin star restaurants. We have hotels that rate, which are the 5th best in the world, for example. So I assure you that you have great opportunities for you during this 1 year internship. Thank you.
So good morning. I welcome you back. It's nice to see you again. As you know, I am Audrey, and along with my colleague Claire and Ms. Jackie Drury, we form part of the Student Support Services. Okay? I know that some of you already made use of the services, so I thank you for your trust, and I do encourage you to make use in the future if you need to do so, because of our goal and our aim here is to help you have a fruitful and enjoyable experience at ITS. Okay, that's our scope. Okay, ranging from the academical aspect up to the personal experience as well. Okay, because we really believe that if you feel happy and if you feel fulfilled in your life, then you can focus more on your studies and also on your work experience. So, how can I be of help now to you? I know that I already encountered most of you when you came here to ITS and you chose your certificate program. Now over here, I can help you more, for example, when it comes to progression. Okay, so which is your next step? What is your next program? Okay, or else if some of you might be thinking of changing your course of program, your course of studies, I might be of help in there too. Okay, it's normal that you might have second thoughts, or you might need a bit of reassurance, okay, or some help in that regard. So in that case, I encourage you to email me. There's my email address written on the slide, or else you might find my email address on social media, on our social media, and I will get back to you with an appointment. Okay. Apart from that, I know that this is a very important year, as my colleague previously said, Miss Miriam, you will be going abroad. Okay? It might be a bit challenging for you as well. In this aspect, I can help you when it comes to interview skills. My colleagues and I will be delivering workshops for you, as we did in previous years. Okay, whereas you can practice being an interviewer, an interviewee, an observer. Okay, it's a learning experience. Okay, so I do encourage you that you attend these workshops. Okay, we'll be giving out details about these workshops later on during the academic year, and we can be helpful in that regard. Apart from that, if you already feel that you need some support when it comes to interview skills, I do encourage you that you contact me. Okay? You don't leave it till the last minute, because unfortunately, I will not be able then to help you so much if, for example, you have an interview, let's say on Friday, and then on Thursday you email me to set up an appointment, okay? Because there will be time constraint. Apart from that, as you well know, I have other obligations and duties here at ITS, so time will be a bit limited. So I do encourage you that if you have any difficulties with interview skills, do come forward as early as possible so we can schedule meetings and discuss accordingly. Okay? In the meantime, I wish you luck in your studies here at ITS, okay? And I invite my colleague, Ms. Claire Chanter, who will be discussing about her service here at ITS. Thank you.
Thank you, Audrey. As has already told you, my name is Claire Chanter and I am the counselor here at ITS. And I take care of a service which we are calling the Wellbeing Service. The reason why this service is set up for you is because, as Audrey has already explained, if you are not feeling happy and calm, it becomes a little bit difficult to focus on your studies and on your careers. Okay, and it happens sometimes that in life we're not always happy and calm. Sometimes we are sad, and sometimes perhaps we are worried about something that might be happening in our lives. Okay, these things could be happening here at the school, or they might even be happening, for example, in your families, or perhaps with your friends or relationships, or it could be something that is happening on your internship or at your place of work if you are working part-time while studying, okay? And if there are these things that are affecting you and are making you feel perhaps a little bit sad or a little bit worried, we are offering you this service so that you can use it to come and discuss what is happening and perhaps find ways to improve the situation, all right? And maybe find skills that you have inside of yourself which are going to help you improve the situation, feel a little bit better, feel a little bit calmer, and be able to focus and succeed in not only your school and your career, but also in your life in general. All right? Sessions with me tend to be very relaxed. You know, you would book an appointment by sending me an email. You come to my office, I'll make you a warm drink, perhaps a hot chocolate or some tea, and we'll just talk about what is bothering you, and we'll try to find ways to improve the situation. Anything that is said to me remains confidential, which means that whatever is said to me remains with me, and the information is not shared with other people. All right? And usually students come to me to discuss many, many different things. All right? Sometimes there are things happening with their family or with their relationships, perhaps with friends or boyfriends and girlfriends. Sometimes students are passing through or experiencing difficult emotions. Sometimes something would have happened and it would have been a very difficult experience for them to deal with, and they would need to come and discuss and find ways to move on from this experience or from this difficult emotion that is stopping them from succeeding and reaching their goals. All right? Some students come for self-exploration. Maybe they are trying to figure out exactly who they are and what they want from life, all right, and trying to understand themselves better. And some people even come for personal development. For example, sometimes students come if they are feeling like they are lacking certain amount of confidence that they want to achieve, perhaps even for the interviews, for the internship, and they can come so that we can try to find ways to build up their confidence, which can help them also grow up as people, as adults in the world. All right? The service is offered all throughout the scholastic year. It is even offered during the Christmas and Easter holidays and also during the summer break. And it is also available to students when they are on internship, okay? If they are here in Malta doing their internship or if they are abroad, the service is still offered because if the students are abroad, they can use the service online, all right, through online platforms. Okay, the best way to contact me if you would like to set an appointment is to send me an email. The email is on the slide and it is also possible to find it on the website and on the social media. All right, so that's it from my end with regards to the well-being services. We also have another colleague with us within the student support department. Unfortunately, she was not able to be here. Her name is Miss Jackie Drury, and we have put a picture for you up there so that you can see who she is and so that if you see her during your scholastic year, you will know who she is. She is your first point of reference, which means that basically if you have an issue that you're not sure who to speak to about, because you don't know whether you need to speak to Audrey, perhaps for some career guidance, or perhaps you will need to set an appointment with me, but you're not sure, or maybe it's something that needs to be discussed with the lecturer, or maybe with the registrar department, or perhaps with another department at ITS, you can go to her and she will be able to guide you. She will listen to your issues and queries, understand what's going on, and be able to guide you, support you, and give you advice on who to contact, all right? So she is like the bridge between the students and the rest of the institute and the rest of the departments, okay? So that's all from my end with regards to student support. We will be here to support you with anything that comes up during your time at ITS. If you have any questions for me or perhaps also for my colleagues, now is the time to ask questions. People who are in the room who would like to ask questions can raise their hands. And for those who are watching us online, they can type out their questions and my colleagues will be able to answer any of the questions that you may have. If there's anybody in the room who would like to ask a question, you can raise your hands. Okay, it seems like there are no questions. If later on you do come up with questions, we will be also here to answer any questions you may have, either by email or by phone call. We wish you a good day and good luck for your next academic year. Thank you.